I don't know.
playing
Can you
in
tell
Jersey.
me? I don't think you can.
I don't know, but it's
So then why are you asking?
Because I didn't know the answer, and you're
So
very knowledgeable.
none of us know the answer. So
It's time for the Garage Boozing Podcast.
But what is up, nerds? Here we are on week 5, and this week's conversation was a fantastic conversation with my dad and my godfather, aka RayRod and the Silver Fox, and I know you're going to love it. Right now, I have nothing else to say other than it's time to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, crack open a cold one, because the Garage Boozing Podcast starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. Today, I am joined by RayRod, a.k.a. my father, and the Silver Fox, a.k.a. my godfather, and we have a good conversation for you tonight. The first question I want to ask both of you is, how did you guys meet?
you want to take it?
No.
No?
You can take it. No.
What do you mean, no?
At work, we worked at a local bank.
This is so untrue.
That's what I've been told my whole life. You didn't meet at the bank?
Where did we meet at?
We met
Oh,
at the
shit, hold
bar.
on, wait.
No, you're an idiot. Of course not.
Okay.
I wouldn't even. What do you think?
There we
I'd
go.
walk up to a stranger and just start being friends with you in the bar?
Hey, want to
Here
be
we
my
go.
son? Want to be my son's godfather? Nice to meet you.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
How are we gonna
2
do
seconds
that?
in and he's starting.
He's coming at you hard.
So
But-
we would go to George's, and it was a bar where he was legal. I was young. I got in. I was hanging out with my brother. He was hanging out with John.
With
And
Jammer.
John and my brother knew each other, and that's where I was first introduced to Ray.
So,
I disagree completely.
are
So
you being
don't,
serious?
you don't remember
No,
us meeting
completely.
then?
My entire life
No.
I've been told you met at the bank. Is that not
No.
true?
That is
So
true.
when we saw each other at the bank, then we'd say, "Hey, I know you. I know you from hanging out at George's." We did that.
we didn't know each other, we saw each other.
Right, so we didn't meet then.
Did you communicate at George's?
It was a friendly. This is
No,
this
you
is
don't
this
do
person,
that.
this that
You don't
person.
know anybody.
Okay,
you don't
whatever,
do that.
whatever.
So what's the answer
By
here?
the way, what is this all about anyway? I mean, you used to do these stupid MySpace videos and stuff. You have me come over here tonight. I was relaxing at home. I was going to enjoy a nice night of watching TV, and you say,
On
"Come
the
over
5-footer.
and have some beer." I got a flock for you.
It's
What
a
is
flask.
That? Flask, which that stupid thing you
It's a
got me, and I still don't even know what the hell it is. But I mean, I've been in those dumb videos when you were a kid and everything, and I'm sick of that crap. And this better not be another thing like that.
Well, it's going on YouTube. There's a camera right there, Dad.
YouTube.
All right. So this is a viewer question. If you could drink beer with any celebrity, who would you pick?
Oh,
Good question, right? I said that's a good one.
that's a really good question.
That is
Any
good.
celebrity, you got to pick one.
Yeah, that's tough. You should have given me like a day to think about it. It's hard to just think about.
Well, you've met a lot of celebrities in your life.
I
You grew
have.
up- you grew up
I
in New York
actually
City.
sat with George,
He's set with he's talking
Steinbrenner.
with
I
everybody
know.
already.
and I had Thurman Munson. You probably have a young bunch of kids that listen to this and they don't know who Thurman Munson is. He was an all-star Yankee catcher back in the 70s. When I was 9 years old, Thurman Munson actually told me to shut up.
Why did he tell you to shut up?
I asked him for his autograph.
And he said, shut
He
up?
said, "No, shut up," and he walked in the dugout.
That's professional.
But then he
Nowadays,
came out
that'd be
all
terrible.
smiling. He came out all smiling, saying, "No, I'm just kidding. I just look mean." He was the nicest guy after that.
Oh, that was
but he
a joke.
originally, he originally said, "No, shut up." But anyway,
Being 9 years old, I would my tail would have been between my
Dad
legs.
couldn't-
right?
My father, your grandfather, couldn't believe it. We
Oh,
looked
he
at
was
each
probably
other.
pissed. Was he
I
pissed?
was almost ready to cry. I mean, I
Of
was
course, you're 9 years
I
old,
mean,
of course.
yeah.
Grandpa was probably mad.
But anyway, we digress here. Actually, if I could, I don't know who I would want to have a drink with.
You
That's
can't think of
tough.
one person?
I think I might want to do it with Lawrence Taylor. I love sports. He revolutionized the linebacker position. He was a crazy animal.
tough.
I'd love to do it with him.
You know who I would say? John Cena.
That's a good choice. 'cause,
Okay,
you know,
that's a great
I'm-
choice.
honestly, I'm taking the
John
wrestling
Cena.
angle too. I'd say
John
Shawn
Cena.
Michaels all day. I would love to have
that
a beer
would
with
be
Shawn
a good
Michaels.
one too. Yeah,
I
that
would.
be good.
He's been my favorite wrestler my entire life. Huge wrestling fan. Shawn Michaels would be so awesome, even though he doesn't drink anymore. Would be fantastic to have a beer with.
I'm so proud of you. You've done such a good job. That's my boy right there. Yeah.
Yeah, were you proud of me in high school growing up?
Oh, let's not talk about that.
No, let's
but
talk
you're doing
about
good
it.
now. You've certainly turned out.
No,
good.
I've turned out better, but like
did.
we could talk about that for a second.
Yeah, you were a little sneakier than I realized. Let's put it that way. But it all turned out good. So
I was a little sneakster. Yeah. This is a question from Ricky, actually.
Oh, wow.
What's the greatest sports moment you remember in your entire life?
that's a good question.
I'm going to go and say
Oh, he knows his
the
answer.
1980 Olympics when the USA won the hockey.
Oh.
That was the greatest sports moment I know of.
Mine was the New York Rangers winning the Stanley Cup in 1994. The wait is over.
Yeah, that was a good one.
1980, you said?
I think 1980, the Olympics
No,
was
I would
better.
think most people would agree with you
Right.
on that.
I wasn't
absolutely.
born then, so I can't agree with that.
Wow.
What year were you born? 69?
68.
Oh, I was close. Oh, you're older than Kevin. Kevin was born in 69.
No, Kevin.
Kevin, my mother.
Oh, Kevin Michelle.
What other
Shout
Kevin?
out to Kevin Michelle.
Yeah, Kevin Michelle, let's go. Oh, shit.
You remember where you were when you heard about the USA winning, right?
I watched it on tape, so I was watching
Right,
it.
because
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't broadcast
Right.
at the time. Right, okay.
So it wasn't live?
No, back then they didn't.
They didn't have live sports
no.
back then?
The
Wow.
Olympics wasn't all
Well,
live.
was TV black and white?
No.
Okay. Now you're being a smart ass.
I was being a smartass, but when you were growing up, TV was black and white, right?
Yeah, me, yes.
Not
about-
for me.
You're 5 years apart. If it was black and white for him, it's black and white for you.
No. I don't have one picture of me growing up as a kid when I'm in black and white.
We're
Not
talking
your
about
yearbook-
TV,
your yearbooks?
jackass.
Okay.
Don't
We're not
you mean
talking about
TV?
me.
All my yearbooks until I was in ninth grade
Are
were
you
black and
talking
white.
about TV, black and white?
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
he's talking about pictures.
Right.
I'm talking about TV.
My TV was never black and
In
white.
the 60s, it wasn't?
I was born in 68. I didn't watch TV in 68.
You didn't watch Little Sesame Street when you were 2 years old or something?
Little House on the Prairie. So you never saw black and white TV?
No,
All right.
not me.
But you definitely did, right?
Oh, I did.
Well, he's much older
yeah.
than me.
Yeah,
so
I'm
he
a
was-
lot
5
older.
years.
That's
I'm a lot older, so
That's
yeah,
half
of
a
course.
decade.
That's not that much, I don't
That
think.
is a lot. That is a lot.
So, Dad, you grew up in New York City. Glendale, New
the
York.
mean streets of Queens.
Yeah, Queens. Glendale, Queens. Represent. What was life growing up? Like, how was life growing up in Glendale,
Well,
Queens
it was a
versus
lot-
Salkins Falls, New York?
was
for
a lot
example?
different than
Look at
up-
my
up
childhood
here.
versus yours.
You were fortunate. I grew up on the mean streets of Queens. You almost had to fight every day on the way to school and stuff. It was ridiculous. We played roller hockey in the streets. Cars would go by. We'd yell, "Car!" We have
I
to
hear
go
that
to-
all the time.
We have to move the nets,
Goals.
but it was always
Yeah.
very, very tough. Very tough. That's how I might have a little edge right now as people notice and stuff. It's because where I grew up. Yeah. This is impressive, Chase. You've done a good job.
Yeah, we're
with
20
this.
minutes in, so we
You
got to fill
come-
up another
you-
40
you-
minutes
you
before I
come
can edit
up-
it. The
From
technical
all
difficulties
those stupid
fucked me up.
YouTube. Don't say that.
Fuck.
You come a long way from your YouTube videos.
Yeah,
This is
thank you.
good.
Well, now I have a face for radio, so that's why. Well,
Yeah,
I
me
guess
too.
now it's on video.
You got
so.
that from me.
I haven't said that word yet, and when I get boozed, I usually start to tend to
What, fuck?
lean towards
All
that.
right,
So I'm going to try not
Dad,
to.
I've said it 4
I'm
times
going
all
to try
episode.
not to.
And listen, I'm never going to get famous, and my dad's trying to censor me, all right?
There's no need to just say it for no reason.
Oh, wow.
How many people when they have a couple of beers have to go to the bathroom and take a piss every 10
Me.
minutes?
You break the seal, I'll pee. The second I
You
feel like I
gotta
have to
handle
pee, I go
adversity.
pee.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I can
Why
understand going to the bathroom, but every 10
I'm glad
minutes?
you said that.
Every 10 minutes?
Every 5 minutes, I don't care.
Ridiculous.
The second I feel like I have to pee, I pee. Why hold it and have discomfort if I could
Okay.
just
True,
pee
but
and
you
not be
shouldn't have to,
discomfortable?
That's
have
the
to go
thing.
that bad.
You agree with me, right?
He has always told me,
You're right.
make everything better in your life
Of
so
course.
that you're more comfortable.
Yeah.
Going to take a piss is more
Is more
comfortable
comfortable.
you're-
than having to hold it.
You're right.
Absolutely.
I don't get
I
why
guess
the
what
hell
my
he would
point
say
is,
that.
My point is, you're right about that. But what my point is really is that you have to go that often. It shouldn't be where you have to go every 10 minutes. I mean, I guess if I had to go every 10 minutes, I would go too. But I might be just a little more manly than you.
He's the
where I
king of
don't
handle
have to do
adversity.
that.
So let's go back to when we went on
Wow.
vacation and he's starving and orders a whole fucking breakfast. So we're waiting 3 hours for him to finish his breakfast because he's the slowest eater I've ever met. So we can continue going on the road because he couldn't handle adversity and wanted to have
I
a
thought we
sit
were
down
staying
meal.
for an hour.
You're the
so I
only
didn't
one
know
that wanted to stay for the hour.
No,
Yeah,
I
we're on a
thought we were.
12-hour trip, and we want to sit there for an hour.
I
Will
thought
you
we were
eat?
taking
While he's
a
eating
You
break.
his
wanna
eggs
eat?
Benedict.
When you want to get a gourmet breakfast, yeah, that's what we want to do.
I didn't realize that. I
Right.
apologize.
Remember when I caught the Undertaker shirt?
Yeah, that was
So-
good.
Oh,
yeah.
What was that?
That was
I think
amazing.
that was 2002, I think.
No,
or
I don't know the year,
2002, 2003, whatever. We went SmackDown. Friday night SmackDown or whatever the hell, Thursday night, whatever day of the week it was back then. And I think we were like 6 rows back by the main
Good
entrance.
seats, yeah.
But like I had you could stand up and run next to ringside. So the one match, The Undertaker comes out, and I don't know who he was facing, whatever. But I was in a conversation with a girl, talking to her, and The Undertaker comes out, does his entrance, and throws his shirt at me. I'm the smallest kid, littlest kid in the stands. I don't even pay attention. I'm not even seeing the shirt be thrown at me, right? So then I look as the shirt's coming. I don't catch the shirt, but this girl next to me wearing a clown wig or whatever catches the shirt, and then I try to grab it. Security comes over and says, "Give it to the little kid," a.k.a. me. I was the little kid then. "Give it to the little kid." She goes, "No, I just caught it." "No, give it to the little kid. He was throwing it to the little kid." So finally she hands it over to me, and I run like the wind to my dad. I said, "Look at this. I just caught the Undertaker's shirt." And that's like the coolest thing ever. Like,
Yeah,
I was right in the front row.
That was awesome.
Oh my God! So I will keep that shirt forever. It used to be framed until Riley broke it. So are we skipping preseason in football?
Yeah, no
Oh,
preseason.
so they're going right to the
No
main.
preseason. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Cam Newton and the Patriots. I've talked about it before, but I am excited to see Cam Newton and the Patriots.
Yes, you said you were.
I've been a Cam Newton fan ever since I've actually been a football fan. Honestly, I love the Carolina Panthers, but I love Cam Newton. I am a Cam Newton
all right,
fan
look-
more than a Carolina Panthers fan.
Okay, so if New England...
Oh, I do have a question for you
if
that's not on the list.
Good, so if New England plays Carolina right now...
New England.
Wow, so you're not a
Oh,
Carolina
wow.
fan anymore.
I'm a Cam Newton fan more than I'm a Carolina Panther fan.
Oh, I don't know if I love that.
No, it's fine. I get.
Once you're a fan, you should always be a fan. through thick and
So how
thin.
did you become a Bills fan? That's a question that I didn't ask.
Oh, you don't know the answer to that?
I don't know the answer. No.
Okay, back in high school, I wasn't really even a big football fan. I remember talking to some of the guys, and the Bills had played. This was on a Monday, and the Bills had played Sunday, and then I said, "Wow, they did really good, huh? That was impressive." And a Jet fan said, they suck. They're not going to do anything. So back then, $5 was a lot of money. So I said, all right, we'll bet $5 that the Bills will have a lot more wins than the Jets. So because of that bet, I was actually following the Bills and hoping they would win, so I would win the bet. So I started liking them because I was rooting for them, and here I am still a Bills fan.
So they're the
Isn't that
first football
exciting?
team that you ever were a fan of.
Yes, I wasn't a fan of the Giants or the Jets. Another thing ridiculous that he likes to argue about.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying.
Stop
No,
it.
go ahead. I want to hear it.
I want to.
No,
No, I'm
no,
going to tell
you
you
stop
why
it.
I like my teams. I like my teams because they're from where I'm at.
New Jersey.
Thank you. Okay, why is the New York Giants and the New York Jets called the New York Giants and the New York Jets when they play in Jersey? Can you name another
Rutherford.
team that plays in another state? I'm not saying city, but another state, a completely other state.
doesn't
and
make
has
sense.
the
So let
name
me
of
ask you
another
a
one.
I'm glad we got a
Why
debate
does-
now.
why
We got a
does it-
debate.
Why
Let's
does
go.
it matter if it's a different state or if it's a different city?
Because
Because no team plays in the city that
Sure.
they
but
represent.
at least they play in the
They're
state.
representing
But
something.
a different state is a thing. Like
That's a
it's
big
it's
difference.
no different than if you're representing a different city.
I respectfully disagree with you.
Dallas
Thank
doesn't
you,
play in
son.
Dallas.
Sure,
Thank
like
you.
okay,
they're
the
still
teams
in
in
Texas,
Chicago.
Do the
though.
Redskins play in Washington? No, they don't.
So you don't find that odd at all that two teams play in a completely different state? But
No,
yet they're
because
called-
because the Giants and Jets play closer to New York City than your Buffalo Bills play to Buffalo.
but they play in New York though.
What?
But they're not representing New York. They're representing Buffalo. They're farther away from Buffalo than the Giants are from New York.
Okay, let me ask you this, and this should solve everything.
But the
Okay, go
Bills,
ahead.
the
Well,
Bills.
should.
What state are they representing?
They're not representing a state.
Oh, so the Buffalo
the Bills are
not.
representing Buffalo.
Oh, so now they're not representing any state
of
at all.
course they're not.
That's a very. You should edit that out.
You're-
I don't
you're
want to
being-
embarrass
you're-
someone.
you're being
Ignorant.
foolish.
No, you're being
You're being
foolish.
foolish.
Usually I'm on your side,
the
but you're
Bills,
being.
the Bills are being New York.
Governor
The Bills
Cuomo's.
are representing Buffalo,
No.
and they don't play close.
So
to Bill.
Governor Cuomo's
where,
wrong
Where do
when
the
he
Bills
says
play?
that.
Can you
In
tell
the-
me where
in
they
the
play?
state of New York?
Governor
Can you
Cuomo
tell me
has
where they
pierced
play?
nipples.
What?
You're a fan of the Bills, and you don't even know where they play.
Orchard Park. But I'm saying
Okay,
what they
so
play,
that's not Buffalo.
They play in the state of New York.
That's not Buffalo.
But it's
What
in the
they-
state of New York.
What does the state of New York
Okay,
matter?
okay.
They're representing
Do-
Buffalo.
do they
They're not
play-
even close to Buffalo.
Can you tell me what state they play in? Can you do that? How do you think the money situation works? How much money does Jersey get compared to New York with the Jets and Giants?
I don't know.
Playing
Can you
in
tell me?
Jersey?
I don't think you
I
can.
don't know, but it's
So then why are you asking?
Because I didn't know the answer, and you're
So
very
none of,
knowledgeable.
none
so
of
I
us
thought
know
you
the
would
answer.
know.
So
So you don't.
It's a
so
moot
you-
point.
Okay, so it's fine as far as you're concerned that a team can play in one state and their title of their name
Of
be
course
from
it
another.
is.
That's fine.
Okay, so I can be the West Virginia Giants and play in
and-
New York.
Sure.
I think.
Let's put it out. Let's put it out to your podcast.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's
Seriously.
find out what the answer is.
What matters more, state or city? Let us know.
The Cincinnati Bengals represent the state of Ohio.
Ohio.
No, they don't. They represent Cincinnati.
Oh
You guys are fools.
Big Rick.
You guys are
Are
fools.
you kidding me?
What's their name? Cincinnati Bengals.
Right, but right,
So
they
they're not
represent.
representing
So you're telling me the
Ohio.
New York Giants represent what?
The city of New York.
Okay,
not
but
the
play in New
state of New
Jersey.
York. But they're representing the city of New York, not the state of New York.
But somebody that lives in Ohio, for example, you're a fool, Ricky.
You guys are fools.
But
But
very
90%
rarely,
of the teams don't play
I agree.
where they represent.
I agree.
But
And that's it.
99% of the teams play in their state.
But why does that matter to you?
Of course, it matters to everybody.
Why does
not
it
just
matter?
us. And you'll see on the podcast when these people.
My mind's
answer
blown.
that.
No, I think it's definitely city.
You guys are
No.
fools.
No.
When teams make the playoffs late, the city that they play in holds like a viewing party or like something like
Great.
that. Like,
Yeah, the state as well.
Right.
you're saying South Falls, New York's going to celebrate as much as New York City is when the Yankees win the World Series?
That's ignorant. We never said that. Did we ever say that? We did that?
No, you're saying
The
that
Bulldogs
New
aren't
Jersey
going to the
is going to
Super Bowl.
celebrate more than New York because they rep. They're
no,
they're
we
in
didn't
New
say
York.
that.
No, what I'm saying
So
is they
should
should
Way
be
out of
called the
context.
New
New York.
Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets. Why aren't they called that?
I've never
Why
agreed
would
with
they
my
be
dad
called
more
New
than
York?
I have today.
If they play, why wouldn't they be? If they change the name to New Jersey Giants or New Jersey,
Would you
Jets,
be upset?
Let
Would
me
you
ask
be
you a
mad?
question.
Would you be upset if
Well,
they did
can
that?
you answer that and then
No,
I'll answer?
Yeah,
that.
let
no,
me ask
answer
you.
his question.
You don't-
Answer his question.
Okay, I'm going to answer the question by asking him the
course.
question. You don't know why they're called the New York Giants and New York Jets?
Well, they originally came from and played in New York.
It was
Then they
part
moved to the
It was
Jets.
part of their contract
Where
when
do they
moved
play
to
now?
New
What
Jersey
state?
that they were
New
going to be
Jersey.
called the New York Giants and New York Jets.
Okay, so when the Brooklyn Dodgers left Brooklyn and went to California
LA.
and became San Francisco.
They're LA now.
No, San Francisco Giants.
You said Dodgers.
You're right. I'm sorry. Let's just, okay, the New York Giants. Okay,
Hey, guys,
no, you're right.
can we get another shot?
Holy
Right.
shit! Yeah,
All
let's
right.
take
Well,
Let's go.
actually, that's
Let's
another
go.
thing because the New York Giants came from New York and they moved out to San Francisco. You don't see them still being called the New York Giants, even though they're in San Francisco. Why wouldn't they still be called the New York Giants?
Because they're representing the city of San Francisco or wherever they moved to now.
You want a shot?
No.
Yes,
thank
he
you.
does.
No.
But anyway, I've never agreed with my dad more than I have
Anyway,
tonight.
we're not going to get anywhere. I've been arguing with this guy for 30 years,
Yeah,
and
he-
he is very stubborn that
yeah,
way.
he's never wrong.
But is it...
Both of you, actually.
Okay.
Both,
Okay.
both of you are never wrong.
But is this not a good point? Seriously, like I say, if the New York Yankees moved out of the state to Ohio, Maryland or something, they wouldn't still be called the New York Yankees. We know that. Of course they wouldn't. But yet the Giants and the Jets actually moved out of the state of New York to another state, but they're still called the New York Jets and the New York Giants. That doesn't seem odd to you at all.
Listen, I know you want to be right, but think about the question.
I just want to
Think about
ask
it.
you one
But-
other question.
So you didn't answer my question.
Answer
again.
Why are the Washington Redskins called the Washington Redskins?
They're not. They're not. They're called the Washington Football Team.
Why are they called? Why are they representing Washington?
Just the way it was the Washington Capitals, because in that area they're all called Washington.
Let me ask you, where does the Redskins play?
Isn't it Maryland?
Okay, so why aren't they Maryland
I don't know.
Redskins?
Okay, then maybe they should be called the Maryland Football Team then.
Sure.
I mean, I wouldn't argue with that if they did that. Sure.
We
I mean, they play in that
more
state.
attention. We pay more attention to New York teams than we do to Maryland, DC team. Correct?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. And the Buffalo Bills are the only real.
Team that
New
plays
York
in the state
football
of New
team.
York. I mean, you would
True.
agree with that. They're
Of
the only team
course.
that plays in New
They're
York.
the only team that plays in New York.
Okay,
The only
fine, that's
real
all.
New
As
York
far as
football
football.
team. Sure.
Yeah, right. Of
Right.
course, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay, sure.
Of course. I mean,
So you wouldn't think that they should be the only team to represent the state of New York, since they're the only team to play in the state of New York? Shouldn't they be the only team
He
to represent?
did just admit that.
Not
He
at
did
all.
admit it. He did admit it.
not at all.
Oh, they shouldn't be.
No.
Okay.
But I will say, if I could go back to when I first became a football fan,
Okay. Yep.
I should have been a Bills fan. Honestly, like you see Bills fan.
Bills Mafia, baby.
I fit the stigma of a Bills fan. Like if you look at me and you look at a Bills fan,
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
very similar.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
jump through a table all day. Pour your mustard and ketchup
Yep.
all over me.
Yep.
I would love to go to a Bills tailgate party because I'm in. That shit would be so
Love it.
so cool.
Love it.
I do wish that I could go back and say I was a Bills fan, but like nowadays,
Well,
like
someday you might become one.
I would
honestly-
love for you to be able to say that you want to switch to them because
Oh, I'm saying. Oh, right now I'm a Bills fan.
No,
but
if the Bills play New England, you're not going to root with the Bills because of Newton.
I'm a Cam Newton fan.
On a happy note, though, I just found out earlier today that my sister's marrying an Irishman.
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly. Oh, that's funny, right?
Oh, man. This is good.
All right, next question. How did you meet Kevin Michelle?
Oh, she worked at the bank.
So what did you just slide in her DMs?
Chase.
No.
He doesn't know what that
There's,
means.
That was ridiculous. There's no DMs back then. I want to hear it,
What
too,
you want to
Chase.
hear? I don't know.
I want to know why was that name Chase? Tell me that.
Oh, we thought that was a nice name back then.
Mom said that she wanted to name Dean, Nathan, Chase, and that didn't work out, so she had the name in her head.
Oh,
and
oh,
you
I
wanted
didn't
me to
know
be
that.
Ray Jr. is according to her.
Yep. Or it's even Chase Raymond Sugar.
But now I'm Chase Senior, so when I have my son, no bet. Like, it's Chase Jr. No question. No question. My firstborn son will be Chase Jr.
What was the one we were going to talk about?
Didn't you and your wife work in the fast food industry?
Oh.
You both did, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was your girlfriend at the time. Hello. I would like a large fry. What would you put in that bag?
I would put whatever my wife wanted in there, and I wouldn't charge her for a damn thing.
Of course. You would never charge her,
course.
right? Right. So now let me ask you this. When you visited your now wife, which was your girlfriend at the time,
Yep.
and you said, I want to order this, what happened?
She would charge me full price. Yeah. She's a rule follower. She's a rule follower. And all you people should be rule followers too. You should be rule followers too.
My first job interview ever, I've mentioned this before. My first job interview ever was at McDonald's. I'm sure you might remember that. You brought me to that interview, actually. You did.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Okay.
you
nice.
brought me to my interview.
Nice.
And I was 15 years old. I had my working papers and everything. And I'm talking to this girl. She goes, yeah, we'll give you a call back. Never called me back. I didn't get hired at fucking McDonald's.
remember that.
Can you? I'm like, where am I in life right now? I didn't get hired at McDonald's. Like, are you kidding me? What other options do I have? Where do I go? You have anything? Any last words?
No, I'm very proud. You're doing a good job with this, and
Yeah, thank you.
you might curse a little too much than I like, but if
I
that's
said
the worst
fuck
thing
4
you
times
do,
tonight.
if
I
it's
literally
not
4
bad.
times.
I want to
you've been
say,
very
I love this. I've watched every single podcast from 1 second to the last second. I want to say I do like watching it on YouTube better than listening to it on a podcast.
I'm in for that.
So whoever's in the future listening to this and is going to
Be
do
on
a
the fucking
podcast,
video.
just do a fucking video.
Yeah.
I would prefer to see. Oh, that's my second one. I think
Exactly.
That's my
The
second
profanity has been very mild tonight. Well, I think it's time to say goodbye.
I do too.
Do you have any last words?
Yeah, I want to do my rap. Can I do my rap?
Go. Sucker MC because I'm the best.
My name is DJ Sucker MC, and I'm the best. All the ladies say my voice is rated X. I'm a touch of lightning, a taste of fire. I'm Sucker MC, and I'm your desire. Yeah, boy.
I can't.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
You used to have an email when I was a kid. I forget what was it? Every lady's dream, every mother's
No,
nightmare.
it wasn't an email. It was a saying. Every girl's dream, every mother's nightmare.
RayRod, right there. There he is. Every mother's nightmare. All right,
Thank you.
peace out.
Chase, I'm very
Bitches.
proud. You're doing a good. I don't like you hearing any of that stuff though, but I did a good job molding you this way. Grandma and Grandpa would always say, "Oh, you're too hard on him and stuff." No, I was just right because what
You
I
said they were too hard?
No,
on
they
you?
were
said-
telling me I
Of
was
cour-
too
well,
hard
yeah.
on you. No, because I wanted you to be self-sufficient, and now look at you.
Yeah, look at me now.
Yeah, look at him now, huh?
He's
And
a
of
man.
course, the
He's a man.
Godfather too. You taught him good too, like how to save a buck. You cheap bastard.
Wow!
This is over.
Peace out, bitches. And there we have it, folks. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on all of your favorite podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Google, whatever it is, you name it, Pandora, we're in. And for our latest updates, don't forget to follow us on all of your favorite social media accounts at Garage Boozing. And if you're really feeling fruity, www.garageboozing.net/shop for all of your cool, sick-ass, sweet merch. Support the brand. Because yes, we're a podcast, but we're not just a podcast. We're a brand. We're a lifestyle. Who doesn't like to booze in the garage? A big thank you to RayRod and the Silver Fox for joining me today. And thank you to everybody who's been tuning in every week. So on that note, see you next Tuesday. I'm your host, the man without a plan, the chase with the face for radio. And I hope you join me next week, because we're taking this shit to the moon.